Hello and welcome to Next Scene podcast, the podcast taking on pop culture one scene at a time and taking on this holiday season one blunt at a time. It's 2025, and for this year we are taking on A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. So welcome everybody. We've got a few guests and a merry band of podcasters to help us through this this trying time. So let me just start out with a little bit about A Harold and Kumar Christmas. It was originally A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas, released in 3D in the theaters, as all thirds should be. The third in every sequel. You know, Jaws 3D. Last Crusade,
Godfather
all
Part
the
3.
thirds. Yeah.
T2, The Ride 3D.
The Ride 3D, exactly. Yeah. So Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas was released in 2011. It is rated R, also rated 18 in Ireland and UK for nudity, adult situations, lots of bad language, and copious amounts of drug use. Released on November 4th of that year, it grossed about 35 million and was number 98 on the top grossing movies of 2011. So,
wow,
really high up there.
Esteemed company over here.
That's genuinely quite high.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that number means nothing to me. Like, how many movies come out in a year?
Out of
like 99.
out of 104.
Yeah.
98 out of 60. I think.
I'll give you the like the quick one sentence IMDb summary is: 6 years after their Guantanamo Bay adventure, stoner buds Harold Lee and Kumar Patel cause a holiday fracas by inadvertently burning down Harold's father-in-law's prized Christmas tree, which is kind of weird because that kind of comes later in the film. But I guess they had to say something. But anyway, enough of me. Let me introduce you. As you've heard, we've got a merry band of guests, as I said. So let me get to the introductions, everybody. If you can just kind of I guess, give your name. You can get a little plug. Let us know where you're from. And let us know your history of this film. What did you think? How much did you love it? Did you see this in theaters or just recently? You know, what's your deal? And let's start with, I'll kind of go clockwise as I see it on my screen. Let's start with Dave, Mr. Pallas.
Hey.
What's your deal, man?
Well, Sean, yes, me, Dave Pallas from 5 Minutes of Mystery and our Groundhog Minute. Beautiful films about people getting stuck in the snow and funny predicaments. My history with this film is obviously just new. When you brought this to my attention, I watched it last night and this morning. I got a little sleepy and I was like, oh, I don't want to fall asleep during this. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. And I will say, I'm going to give it a little positive. I like the second half more than the first half. So it definitely either grew on me or I got more used to the 2011 type comedy. One of the two happens.
Desensitized.
It could be that. Could be that. It just beat me down enough.
Yeah. Okay. I believe that makes sense. So let's move on. Next on my naughty list is George Hendricks. So George, what's your deal and what do you think of the Harold and Kumar Christmas?
Sorry, I'm looking at other movies in 2011 that were released. You piqued my curiosity. My history with this movie or just like my thoughts on it in general. I mean, it exists. It is the third part of a series.
It does.
The thing is, the first time I saw this, I saw it in the theater after not pre-gaming. I went to a Mexican restaurant across the way so we could walk to it, and got way too drunk. And like, I so very rarely remember any of this movie. I like the Christmas tree part, and that kind of gets fuzzy after that. So second time I watched it, I did it on an edible, and about the same thing happened. So it's we'll see.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Next on the list, we have John Parker. John, tell me about, I know you don't have White Castle where you're from, but did you enjoy the movie anyway?
They have actual White Castles.
We have White
Castles. White
plural,
Castles.
yes. No, we don't. And this movie, like, I've heard of it over the year. I've heard of the series, but it's not like, it was never a big thing here. I don't know why. So I went into this as someone who is not a stoner and as someone who notoriously actually doesn't find sex jokes funny. It was all right. I kind of liked it. I gave it 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. It was okay.
Yeah.
Whenever it did any of those jokes, I was like, oh, for God's sake. But the other jokes kind of landed for me. I would watch it again, dare I say. I had fun. I've seen worse movies. Yesterday, me and Niall watched Spinal Tap 2. That was worse.
There you go.
Wow.
That's a ringing endorsement. Better than Spinal Tap 2. Okay. All right.
That's the new scale for rating films. Is like, is it better or worse than Spinal Tap 2?
Yeah. Which was more fun? This.
Which was more fun? This. Yeah. I just, to digress a moment, I'm trying to forget. I forget where I heard it, but someone was talking and they said they're talking about films and they had I think it was a Roger Ebert quote. They said, is watching the movie more fun than watching the actors talk? And if the answer is no, then it's a bad film. If the answer is yes, it may be good. And I think that's a good measure for Spinal Tap 2. I'd rather just see those guys sit around and talk about Spinal Tap than what they actually did as Spinal Tap in Spinal Tap 2. So
well, yeah, because as I said to you in a message, the end credits were 100 times funnier than the movie.
than the movie itself. But sorry, this is not Spinal Tap 2 Minute. We're here to talk about Harold and Kumar. So let's keep it moving and let's stay on that side of the pond. And our next guest is Niall McGowan. Niall, welcome.
Hey.
Who are you? What do you do? And what's your history with this fine franchise?
Well, I'm Niall McGowan. I'm one of the hosts of Bat Minute with my co-host John, who you heard speaking mere moments ago.
Guess which one it was?
I'm the Irish one.
But my history with this film goes back mere moments as well. Watched it for the first time rushedly today, zooming back from the pub, nipped into McDonald's to finish it. And I was aware of Harold and Kumar, the franchise, for because it kind of in my mind dwells in that whole mid 2000s Win a Date with Tad Hamilton, that kind of that era of movies was crude sex comedies that I wasn't interested in at the time. And now watching it in the year of our Lord 2025, didn't love it. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was really I think also too coming in completely contextless, where I was just from the posters, I assumed Neil Patrick Harris was either Harold or Kumar. I assumed he was Harold. I kind of guessed he wasn't Kumar. And they do a lot of things of oh, hey, that guy's he broke out of jail, I guess. And I'm I don't know who that is. There's a lot of, I guess you just need to see the first two to maybe fully appreciate it.
I feel all the jokes were made from the first one. I didn't get a lot of two references in there. So
yeah.
I was watching the first one. That's what I'm saying.
I was surprised to see that, because I look, up the sort of base details of it, and this made money.
Because it probably cost about $2 to make it.
Yeah, I think it's 11 million, and it made 38 or something like that.
Yeah, it was very low budget. Yeah, about 11 million, and it made in the 30s. Yeah. So I guess
I am curious though, because with that though, so it's made a healthy profit, but they even have Neil Patrick Harris make a joke of hey, I'll see you guys in the fourth one.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one just never materialized, as if when they themselves just went, who cares? and just dropped the shtick or whatever. But I was hoping it was going to be more because I'm a guy who grew up in the as I'm assuming everyone here basically grew up in the era of Bill and Ted and Beavis and Butthead and stuff, and I kind of thought it was going to be more in that vein. And I was a bit sort of I didn't find myself drawn to Harold and Kumar as characters. Maybe the magical lies in the first two.
Just the first one.
Just the first one.
I would say the first one. I think the second one is good, but the first one definitely fits what you're talking about in terms of the Bill and Ted, midnight run, wacky two guys on an adventure type thing. The first one definitely fits that. The second one as well. And it gets kind of, it's a copy of a copy of a copy. And I think it was the right move to not do a fourth. It just the direction things were heading. But so thank you for that. So moving on. So next on our list, on our nice list, we've got Jarf Harden. Welcome to the show. Kind of introduce yourself and you kind of what's your history with the Harold and Kumars.
Cool. Thanks, Sean. I'm Jarf from Don't Feed the Plants, the Little Shop of Horrors podcast, and probably more relevant to this movie, Dazed and Confused 33 and a third. And I'm so excited that we're talking about the Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas and excited that this podcast itself is in 3D. That's a treat. And I can't
Whoa.
remember if I said this off air or on air, and I feel like you're calling on me towards the last because I already said that I hated the movie.
Yes, yes, you
And
did.
just building on what you said about the first one versus this one, to me, it did not have that odd couple dynamic, and I was not rooting for the characters. I actually
Mm.
feel like genuinely disliked the characters, and the first one, it had the same stoner comedy and the same crude sex jokes, but it's kind of grounded in you liked Harold and Kumar and you saw how they each had something that kind of helped the other. And in this one, they just seemed like jerks. And so I was not really kind of invested in all of the rest of the shenanigans that go along with it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Okay. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think that's an excellent point. I want to dive into that deeper because I think that's really important about that relationship and the characters, Harold and Kumar. But I've got two more guests that I want to make sure I get everybody in and everybody introduced before we just kind of start our real roundtable discussion. So our next happy elf is Liz Whitaker. So Liz, welcome to the show. Introduce yourself and tell us about your Harold and Kumar origin story.
Yeah. Well, so I used to be a podcaster like you, but now
Well, no, but
once
you were good, so not
once
like
a
me.
once a year, I come out of my cave. I watch I don't the quality of the holiday fare varies from year to year, but
Yeah, yeah,
now
fair.
I watch some sort of holiday schmaltz once per year and talk about it with my friends, and sometimes it's more torturous than others. This is not the worst of them.
Elf.
There you
That's
go.
Elves. Sorry, elves. Big
elves.
difference.
Elves.
I honestly don't know if I dislike elves more or Jack Frost more. It's it's a tough one
Who
for
can
me.
dislike Jack Frost? What?
Oh, podcast
We
against
talked
Jack
about
Frost.
how much
Oh.
I disliked that movie for several hours.
I know, but still, how have you
Yep.
not changed your mind by now?
Well,
My
assuming
heart has
nothing
only
lives up
grown
to
colder.
nothing lives up to Hot Frosty though. Is the I think that's still the pinnacle of
Yeah,
of
you
oh
can't
yeah,
beat the
Hot
hot
Frosty for
frosty.
life.
That's a classic
Yeah.
Okay, so now
So,
our
so
last but certainly not least of our happy little helper elves today, it's Travis Bow. So Travis, welcome to the show. Sorry for making you wait so long
Oh,
for
that's
your
fine.
introduction, but please say hello to our audience and yeah, what's your Harold and Kumar deal? How much did you love this movie?
Well, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this was my first experience with the Harold and Kumar verse. I've not seen the first two. I had fun with this one. You know, I watched this movie while wrapping Christmas presents. I'm wrapping a Christmas present right now. It kind of got me in the
Excellent.
spirit a little bit.
Is
You
that a
know, I mean,
euphemism?
it's
Yeah.
got it's got some really bad humor, but I'm okay with that every now and then. I thought this movie was pretty harmless, and I had fun watching it. So yeah,
All
I'm
right,
not
good. So we
alone.
got the range of reactions, and I don't think this works as a standalone. I think this is good as a follow-up to the first, or if you've seen the first and the second. For those folks that that this is your first introduction to Harold and Kumar, I don't know, you're brave. I know it's brave or naivete. Maybe you didn't know what you were getting yourself into, but
I
you
felt like
certainly.
it worked. Like I felt like it explained.
It's more like resignation.
So I want to. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us, listeners. Thank you for listening. I hope this will be an interesting and exciting discussion to follow. And I want to circle back to the point Jarf was making because I think that's the key, the cornerstone of the film is that relationship between Harold and Kumar, how they've changed, how their relationships evolved. And when we first meet them in the first film. I think they're college students. I know one of the things, like Kumar, is his father's on his case for applying to medical school, so I assume he's an undergraduate. Like they're children. They're kind of legal age, but they're in college or university. They're not out on their own, and they're just kind of two childhood friends. Where here, as they're professionals, they have different relationships. Harold's married and trying to have a child, like. So, how do those relationships change, and how do we evolve as people and kind of deal with childhood friendships moving into adulthood?
So you're saying that this movie is more of a contemplation on aging and mortality than it is about two guys trying to get a Christmas
Do
tree
not
from a
give it that
mobster.
much credit.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, that's what he said. Those are the words he said. That's what it sounded like.
it is that. I got that out of it anyway. Because
I
again,
totally,
coming into
like-
it completely not knowing the series.
Yeah.
I just
was
like how
really
Sean
surprised.
kept aging them down in his description of the first one. Like, we first meet them, they're applying for college. They're children. They're
These
they
infants.
go to the same preschool.
Mentally, they're infants. Yes.
Well, that's the thing. I thought, they're just going to be two stoner guys who hang
Yeah.
out and they're best friends, which obviously it sounds like they are in the first one.
Yeah.
So it was refreshing for me to watch this, and they're kind of like an odd couple.
Yeah.
That was really interesting to me and unique and different.
I also kind of liked coming into this with the assumption, because I've heard of the first two movies. I understood that they're like best friends, and it was interesting, like starting it out, and they're completely at odds. They've just fallen apart, like they've drifted away from each other, which we all do that. We've all done that with high school friends or college friends or whatever. So it's kind of cool to see, like, oh, these guys don't hang out anymore. One is growing up and being mature and moving on. The other guy is kind of stuck in that, arrested development sort of phase of his life. But then you see them get back together. It's like, oh, they fall back into place, that I didn't feel like, oh, I need to go back and watch the first two to understand these guys' relationship. I totally
You will.
picked it up, and was able to run with it, so
Yeah. It feels like thematically in that, because this is what, 2011 this comes out, to 2013?
2011, yes.
Yeah.
2011. But I feel like in the mid 2000s, that was a big recurring plot point in comedies, though, of like guys who used to mess around who have to get their shit together, basically. Like,
Yeah.
Knocked Up was based. Like, I kept thinking of when it was revealed that, like, oh yeah, Kumar's got a baby coming. It's like, oh, so this is Knocked Up. He's a stoner loser who has to get his life together now because he's got a kid coming. And like American Wedding was kind of like, oh yeah, these guys used to all be crazy and stuff, and then now they have to, like, now they're all mature. But Stifler he's still the way he was. Like, I feel that was that in that time. I don't know if it's just that generation of filmmakers were going through a thing of like, oh Christ, we used to be the hot new thing, and we're all in our 20s and just making like super bad and stuff like that. But now we have to address the fact that, like, oh, we're like 30, so we better start.
Clerks 2
being
did
pure.
kind of the same thing.
Like how it feels
Clerks
to be
too,
a
yeah,
washed
yeah.
up former podcaster.
I'm sorry, what did you say about me?
Yeah, must have been about you. I certainly don't feel washed up.
It's realistic as well, because like I'm the Kumar, but then I'll hang out with someone who I used to go drinking with like 15, 20 years ago, and you talk to them and you realize, wait, hang on, you're an engineer. You're like, what? What's going on? No, you're the drunkard.
But as point an example, just last night we were all in a Zoom talking about with this and that, and I think 3 or 4 out of the 8 people on the Zoom at so and so said, "Yeah, I don't drink as much as I used to at all," and it was the whole night was like, "Oh, my back, oh."
But no, it's weird too to see that, because my experience too. I'm assuming these are the films that like made John Cho as well. Like, so I mostly know him as like, oh yeah, the new Sulu, basically. Like, so okay, he was Sulu in the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies, and then he was Spike Spiegel in the atrocious live action Cowboy Bebop. And I remember the big controversy of him in that was that, like, he was way too old to play Spike Spiegel. But I guess like they're kind of evoking like, oh yeah, he used to be a young hip dude, and now it's like, yeah, since Harold and Kumar hit, like, now he's like in his 40s and stuff, and it's kind of like, but I'm coming to him, he looks exactly the same to me. Like, it looks like he hasn't aged a day, but it's just
Still
like
so
I'm looking at.
handsome.
Yeah,
He's a very good looking dude.
they're
Like,
both good looking. I think. What a handsome duo we have.
Yeah.
They're not bad. Yeah, but I think for both John Cho and Cal Penn, kind of that first film, kind of the breakout for both of them in 2004. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I don't think either one was really a household name before, and look at them now.
John Cho's claim to fame. I think the reason he got a career was that first American Pie, when he's the one that said, "Dude, chick's a MILF." Like the reason we have that term came from that movie, and that was from John Cho. You know, I think that helped him have a career.
Well, yeah, it certainly wouldn't hurt.
And Cal Penn went on to become a white household name. So.
Yeah, that's
which is
that
a
was
nice
a funny
little
joke.
in there.
I did enjoy that joke.
Yeah.
What was this deal? Because he worked for the Obama administration as what was it? Was he like a PR guy?
I think
or
it was
just like a
public housing was the department he was in,
he had an actual job.
He had a job. Like it was
he was associate director of the Office of Public Engagement and Intergovernmental Affairs.
It wasn't like when they made like anti-WK associate of partying down or whatever the title he got.
It was like a real one. He had a real job.
It's like a real position, but I have a feeling it was a lot of like public outreach type stuff. Like he wasn't negotiating treaties or anything, or maybe he was. I don't know. Because he was actually working on a TV show that he had to quit.
He was on House.
Work at the White House, but he got time off.
House,
you say, hey, I'm doing a Harold and Kumar movie. I need to cash in some PTO, and
I kind of want to make a show of that. It's like full White House or something.
That's what we have now.
But I'm kind of glad that we live in a day and age. Like obviously the stoner film and the stoner comedy goes back to Cheech and Chong and even further than that. But I like we live in an age where you can be a serious actor. And still do this kind of comedy. Or at least you could in the 20s or the 2000s and 20 teens.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who in this movie is a serious actor?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris is he's an actor.
He's a serious actor. He's legit.
He's the music meister in Batman: The Brave and the Bold.
So those of you who haven't actually seen the first one, y'all are aware that was kind of the springboard for the resurgence of Neil Patrick Harris. Because he came out of nowhere, played this character that was absolutely anti anything he'd ever done before, drugs, has a Puma in the car, like just this wild type thing. And then in this one, this is like post How I Met Your Mother. So this is on the other side of that Rubicon where he got that, became a name, and now this is like a second cameo.
I feel like did he come out or something in between years? Because it feels like this one they're like surprised that he's gay and stuff.
Hence all the sort of like winking at the camera, like I'm gay jokes in the whole theater. So
what are you talking about? He's not gay. Have you seen the movie?
He's gay for that pussy.
Yeah. his fake movie husband is his real life husband.
See, it's all like tied together.
Yeah. I will say that will be the quote I'll walk away from this. If one thing I'll remember this movie for is Neil Patrick Harris saying like that dude gets mad gash.
Yeah, Clay Aiken.
Yeah, Clay Aiken.
And Clay Aiken.
Respect to him for making fun of himself like that.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
Although I have to say though, his scene did turn a bit it almost turned a bit too dark for me.
I was about to say
did not love it.
Yeah,
that's what sucks about that. It's like this is like 5 years after the Me Too movement has started, and they have this
after
scene.
It's before Me Too hadn't happened yet.
That was 2004, 2005. They started using the hashtag, but that's when it started.
Not.
No, I think that's way after this.
Yeah, it's like 2018.
Let's not mansplain Me Too.
Yeah, it definitely is way pre Me Too.
It was quite dark though. It was.
I wish they would have pulled that back a little. Quite a bit, really.
We didn't really need the very direct rape reference.
Yeah.
In fact, just cutting that one bit out would actually make. I think I would be okay with the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the bit. I think it doesn't need to go as far as it does for us to get the joke. And I do think, and this is something that definitely gets worse as you go further back into the last century. But just being gay as a joke, or something, kind of gay as a derogatory term for just something you don't like, which is something that was, certainly very common in in the areas where I grew up, 70s, 80s, 90s, talking about last century, but then, into the 2000s. Something I hope we don't see as much these days.
No, you don't. It's very seldom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think any of the Neil Patrick Harris stuff was funny because of what George said about How I Met Your Mother coming out, before this. Basically, all of the like shock value of Doogie Howser being an asshole is totally gone, with
And
the
like a
exception
sleazy
of
womanizer as well. It was like that was his whole role in How I Met Your Mother too.
But I did like the parts where he was in heaven and Jesus was jealous of him.
And it was refreshing to have a Jesus that looks like maybe the historical Jesus would look.
Yeah.
I think I just love that whole interaction though of just like it's me, like who, like Jesus, Jesus who.
Yeah, I also think Jarf, the lack of comedy came from the fact that they sort of like blew their comedy out on the first cameo, which was very funny in the first movie. And they're like, hey, remember that was funny? We're not going to actually be funny, but just remember that was funny while we do this scene. And it was like they just didn't add any real humor to it. And also, like, why did they have our two protagonists standing behind a screen while this goes on and not saying anything?
Yeah.
Like, implicitly okay with him, like, taking advantage of this girl.
Yeah, at least have them arguing about, like, should we interfere? Should we do something?
I was y'all could have done better on that.
Yeah. I think it's that obligation of like when like the Hangover movies had like Mike Tyson. It's like, well, you gotta get him back. It's like, does he fit in the film? No,
we'll make it work. He's in Vegas. We'll make it work.
We gotta make it. I'm a little. Just a quick thing. I'm surprised, John and Niall, that you let that slip. George's comment about Neil Patrick Harris not not working when just the year before this in 2010 he's the voice of Dick Grayson in Batman Under the Red Hood.
Niall did start talking about him briefly before, but everyone was talking.
Sorry, I was citing that he was the voice of the Music Meister in Batman: The Brave and the Bold, which is a phenomenal role that he has, where he gets to again do his song and dance routines and stuff. But Neil Patrick Harris in my head is always like the ideal Riddler casting as well. Like, that's who you.
I like that he in the movie calls out that he was in Starship Troopers. Like,
that's the reference where he talks about
his big role.
Yeah.
And everything's connected because, of course, I've got a podcast about the queer musical Hedwig and the Angry Inch. And Neil Patrick Harris, he's the guy who brought it back.
Right.
For better or worse, depending how you view this, he took it to Broadway.
Yeah, he was on Broadway, right.
I feel like 2011 is right in the middle of the like Neil Patrick Harris songs.
Yeah,
where like he just had to show up and he could be sort of charming or not really charming, but he just got like kind of a pass because everyone loved him at the time.
Yeah.
It's like the boom of like Dr. Horrible sing-along blog.
Yeah.
It's like, I love that guy. Although another guy I love who pops up in this and does like, he always does a great job. But I was so happy to see him is Danny Trejo.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
But, like, and I just love I love that little, because the whole thing is like to get him a replacement Christmas tree basically. But I love then when Harold comes home and he's sitting in the dark and he just turns the light on and he's sitting in his classic Danny Trejo uniform of no shirt. And there's no rational reason why he hasn't got a shirt on, but he's just sitting like waiting to like mess him up, I guess. So he's got to take a shirt off.
I love when we see like little Danny Trejo, in the flashback. I
and he's
really
got the
wish,
mustache.
I really wish that he didn't have the tank top on and that he would have still had that lady tattoo that Danny Trejo is famous for having. Because they gave him a tattoo on the arm, and he had the mustache and the ponytail. But I really thought it'd be funny if he had that senorita like tattoo on his stomach.
Incredible.
I like the Elias Koteas role in this as the like Ukrainian mob boss.
Yeah.
I like seeing him in things because of him being Casey Jones in the original.
Yeah. No,
he spent his entire career getting confused with Christopher Maloney, so it's good that he actually gets something where he actually has a role.
For sure.
And the stuff with him, that was a sex joke I did find funny. The way his daughter, because at first I was like, oh, okay, she just wants to have sex for the first time. But the way the twist was, because her dad's a mob boss, no one will go
Yeah,
through it.
I
thought that
kept
was actually
waiting
quite
for
funny.
the reveal to be that she's like 14 years old, and that like
Me too.
no one will
I was
screw her
worried.
because she's
I
young,
was-
and that this guy was about to.
Yeah.
You know, I thought
I
that's
was
where it
really
was going.
thinking it was going to be like because it would have been it would have been era appropriate back then if like when she's getting undressed it turns out that she's like a hermaphrodite or something.
I thought that
And
was it.
that's
as
I
well.
really
well.
thought that's where
like
it was
some
going.
Gay
Huh,
panic
yeah,
type,
yeah.
trans panic, all the
Yeah.
things that, like.
So I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't
popular
that.
for.
Like, it was like,
So
oh no,
we found a way that this movie could have been worse.
Exactly.
Did you have the same thought as
Y'all are
me,
making
Niall?
me
When
feel better.
Did you have the same thought as me when she undressed? Did you imagine you're going to see a bulge?
oh yeah. It's gonna be like you'll see something hanging down between her legs or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there it is. But then I did like the guy, his whole delivery though, because it's just that thing of her like, oh, it's just because everyone's afraid of me, and he's just like, So is it like a disease or something? Like he just starts kind of to poke to what it could be and stuff.
Well,
It's
you
like,
would. If someone says that, you're going to worry.
oh, 100%. You would be like,
True.
I don't want to let ruin.
If you're
what I'm
not
going
asking
through,
questions, then
but-
I don't think you're in the headspace to be engaging in that level of intimacy. Honestly,
Agreed.
It's,
Yes.
if you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, like, well, maybe you're a little too eager. Give it a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So I
this
wanna-
movie understands so much about consent and communication.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
perfect
yes.
on that. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I want to back up that we were just back up a little bit to the Danny Trejo talk. And so what do we think about that trope? We've seen it, several times before of the tough, intimidating, overbearing father-in-law. And then there's the child spouse who's trying to impress their in-laws. And then eventually they're like, well, we just wanted you to stand up for yourself. We wanted you to fight back.
So predictable. Like at the end.
Yeah.
But that's where you need Danny Trejo for. I think that is like the linchpin that holds it all together. If it's not an intimidating guy,
Yes.
that even if someone who's never seen like any film and somehow has missed Danny Trejo, they look at this guy and they go, "Oh my God, I'm scared and intimidated."
Yeah.
I do not
He
want
looks
to burn
like
his
he's-
tree down.
Yeah, he looks like he's literally been through hell to get to like looking like Danny Trejo.
Absolutely.
Like,
If
you
you
don't have an
stand
easy
up to
life to
Danny
look like this guy.
Trejo, you deserve to be given a pat on the back, honestly, because I would just leave immediately or cry.
I do love that what he is so like aggressive and intimidating about is Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The perfect Christmas tree
That makes
because
it
of his
fun.
childhood.
That adds a new element to it, rather than
Yes.
it being completely cliche. At least his entire motivation is he just loves Christmas, like he's a little kid.
This is the whole thing too. He goes into like, oh, look at the branch span and stuff like this. Like he's really analytically getting into these Christmas trees.
Yeah.
Which is
Is
kind of
he-
like, even if you replace it, he's clearly going to know the difference by like literally like one leaf been out of place. He's going to get like, what the hell? Like, what happened here? Like one
That was
pine.
my thought. I was like, why are they bothering to get a new tree when he'll instantly be like, that's not the tree? Because he had it for 8 years.
Yeah. So that because it's funny, we don't know much about this guy other than it's Maria's father. He looks like Danny Trejo, and he grows his own Christmas trees.
I wonder if like in the script they literally have like Maria's dad brackets should be played by Danny Trejo because otherwise you can't. Like, who else are we gonna get for this?
Trejo
Like,
type.
The movie
Well, you
can't
think
work.
of sort of like the vaguely reductive casting decisions and choices made in this movie, you sort of think they go, oh, we need an intimidating Hispanic man. Danny Trejo. And like, there's no other person on their list. They like, we have to ask him because there's no other consideration because he is so scary. So it's more like kind of like just finding that base common denominator and just hitting all those points. And then it's kind of where we wind up with that. But
yeah.
I love the way as well. Apparently in real life, he's lovely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a really
Everyone
nice
says so.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Heard nothing but great things about people that have worked with him. Seems like a great
I do have a lovely like a postcard in my bedroom. This is a picture of Danny Trejo holding a dove and smiling. Which seems to be a random photograph he took at one point. I was like, oh, he seems like such a nice guy, forever doomed to look like Danny Trejo, I guess, where he's like, that guy's gonna
he
absolutely
did.
like disembowel me within 2 seconds.
Apparently he did have a very rough, like, I don't want to say childhood, but early years.
no, he was for
Mhm.
sure in prison, like absolutely
Yeah.
for quite a while, and then got out. And someone's like, "You look terrifying. You want to be in this like, movie I'm doing?" It's like, "Sure,
Turned
man,
his
whatever."
life around. Good,
Yeah, and
good,
it changed his life.
motivator.
Absolutely, he talked about it all the time. How
He's
like
very open about it. Yeah.
someone gave him a chance and turned to help, and his life is like unrecognizable from where it would have been.
Yeah. I will say this, so like in terms of actual plot line though, because there's a lot of the elements, like it's all very much like they just wanted to make a movie again, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So it's razor thin, this plot. And it's so many things in it. Like, I appreciate they're doing all the 3D jokes as well, but it really felt like we just want to try to maximize the profit margins on this. So let's set it at Christmas, because then everyone will watch it at Christmas time. And that's also 3D is a thing now, so just make it 3D for whatever reason. And then what is the plot like? How does the plot? Yeah, a mysterious giant joint shows up. Harold throws it out the window, and then somehow it flies back. It's magic, so it flies back in, and it's just like it's a real. And I think at that moment when the baby Jesus goes like flying up towards the camera and then winks, I was just like, oh man, okay.
It almost feels like it was like the studio was like, hey, we had you under contract for 3 movies. You guys actually have to do the 3rd one,
Right?
Yeah.
And like John Cho and Cal Penn were both like, I mean, all right, we'll just we'll just like mess around with our friends for a few days.
It's summer in LA. Let's make a Christmas movie.
You're gonna get this for a couple of weeks. It's fine.
It does feel like it was a quick shoot. Like if you told me this whole thing was done in 2 weeks, I'd believe you.
And you can tell they got money from Sony about the 3D TV. So they got money probably to do that stuff. Obviously, White Castle is a big part of this. And this is around the time of like Redbox and Netflix DVD is very popular. So they know whatever they don't make in the theaters, they're going to make when the stoners rent this at Redbox or on Netflix. Yeah. So this is still the time when you can pull that off.
Well, and how do we sell 3D TVs to the millennials, right? Like, how do we get the youths to buy this new technology? Oh,
I definitely think the 3D was kind of a marketing grab, but it was only like 2 years after Avatar came out, and 3D was kind of like the way to see a movie now. Yeah. So it was like, well, you got to have a 3D component, even though it's like someone said, this makes no sense for this movie. Why would we do that? Well, then they pulled a Joe Dante, like, okay, you want us to do this? We're going to do this. And they make it an entire tentpole of the movie.
I loved that. I loved that about it, the way it was kind of like, while being a 3D movie to make money, it's also a mockery of 3D.
Yeah, it's absolutely like you wanted it, but you get it, and it's like, but we're giving it to you, and it's like a very tongue-in-cheek.
Like, even the poster has like Neil Patrick Harris like literally jabbing out towards the audience with like a giant candy cane and stuff.
I do feel like
the part that was surprising in this whole like let's just get our friends together grown-up movie dynamic is having that stop motion animation sequence, because you know that costs money.
Sure.
So what did you think of that? Like, I'm a fan of stop motion animation. This one was too gory for me. Like, they were very focused on it being gory.
I like that part though, because to me that made it.
That's
funny,
when the movie started for me, really. When like, because I was really like setting up the whole scenes. Like, this is I was really bored because they weren't in sync, and then it literally like as soon as the Ukrainian gangsters bust in and they get covered in coke and everything turns. I was like, I think this is where the Christmas part of this really actually worked.
Yeah,
I liked it as well.
New.
It reminded me a lot of the It's Always Sunny. They have a Christmas special that they also do a claymation or stop motion sort of segment in that, and it's very similar to this too. It just goes dark and it goes, And
then Abed had it for Community.
Sure.
I liked it. They have a whole bit where they get really high and then it turns into claymation for a bit as well. It's like whatever reason that's it's become a trope in films. Will be like, hey, I've ever seen with someone getting really stoned and it just been like,
I do think makes it work. You don't question it then. It's like, well, why are we putting claymation in? Because it's Christmas. Okay.
Exactly.
It's Christmas and there's drugs.
Yeah, it's not Christmas until there's claymation.
Christmas special.
Because they're thinking, how do we explain it in the world of the film? It's like,
right.
High. Drugs.
If you think about this movie, is very grounded in reality.
Oh, completely. We've all had this experience. This is a traditional Christmas to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like the running joke of Thomas Lennon's baby getting higher and higher,
aggressively jacked up on different drugs.
First she gets hotbox, she gets stoned, and then the coke, and then the ecstasy, and by the end it's just a little rave baby.
And then she becomes the baby from The Incredibles.
Yes. Yes.
And it was great to see him in this kind of a role, because I'm so used to seeing him in like Reno and stuff.
Sure.
So to see him playing like a straight man,
the straight guy, it was baffling.
Wait, are you talking about the baby?
Yes.
the dad.
I really enjoyed the baby's expanded range.
Absolutely.
I've been following the
Yeah.
career of that baby for quite some time.
What
All
has
the
that
awards.
baby done since this?
Yeah. Well,
More
also,
drugs.
Also, like around this time, like Amir is the other
Live play D&D.
supporting character.
Oh yeah, Amir.
And then I was like, wow, what a throwback, the old college humor days of with remember this guy, Jake and Amir bits.
Is this the guy with the glasses?
Yes.
Yeah.
It distracted me so much because I've recently sort of met someone, like a friend, who, well, he's a fan of our band, and now he's decided he's my best friend.
Okay.
Yeah,
Parasocial, that's fine.
But he looks
It's a valid way to make friends.
exactly like this guy, and every time I saw him, I was really disturbed.
Yeah.
Because this guy's he's almost a stalker. That's like,
Yeah, I think that concerned silence there should have been taken into account of everyone. Like, oh boy, that sounds bad.
oh yeah.
So it's interesting. That's one of the things I had in my notes is to kind of like compare and contrast those so Harold and Kumar have kind of split up in the years since the last film, and they've got these, new friends. Kind of their sidekicks. Like, how do you think they compare? So Harold's got Todd, played by Thomas Lennon, and then Kumar has got Adrian, played by Amir Blumenfeld. Like, how do you think those characters contrast? And then through the circumstances of the film, they end up sort of together and working together for a while.
I mean, I didn't like them, but because I feel like the movie purposely had all their scenes, just the vibe's not there. So I'm like, I'm not having fun because I'm not seeing Harold and Kumar. I'm seeing Harold and his new friend, and then Kumar and his new friend, and those scenes stink. Like, it's not until we actually get Harold and Kumar under substance abuse. Now in claymation, I was like, the movie is freaking started.
Yeah.
Get these white boys out of here.
Right.
Yeah, seriously.
This isn't a white boy movie.
I did not come to Harold and Kumar for white boys. Also, drive that fucking van through a car wash, for the love of God.
Oh, disgusting. God.
Thank you.
Baby, all that shit for how long?
Yeah.
It's like 12 hours later. He's still driving around with the shit on his car.
I don't know a lot about New York City and life there, but you can't convince me that there are no drive-through car washes anywhere. If
They have car washes.
If there's not a White Castle in the country that I've been to that doesn't have a drive-through car wash within a quarter mile.
Oh yeah, because they're always your gas
In
station.
the same neighborhood.
Three.
It's neighborhood adjacent. There was a car wash they could have gone to and gotten that taken care of. And the joke wasn't funny enough to let it keep going like that.
Yeah, agree.
I'm going to go back to embroidering for a while.
Can we talk about
I got a little excited.
That's how much this movie annoyed you. Like, I'm going to
Just that
embroider.
part.
Can we talk about the moment where they shoot Santa in the head?
Possibly my favorite bit.
That was great.
My favorite parts of this is when they're not afraid to just be so ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
So stupid. Double down on it. Do that for the whole movie.
Because I assumed that it was going to be like, oh, this hobo, what that they just shot. But no, then they actually show that
It's
there's a
actual
sleigh
Santa
and reindeer,
Claus.
and it's like the legitimate, the one and only, Santa.
And
It's
play off
celebrated character actor Richard Riley.
Yeah.
is, playing him as well. I'm always happy to see him. It's like, oh, it's the
He's
granddad from Grounded for Life. Here he is.
Oh, that's why I recognized him.
Oh, he's in tons of stuff. You
He's the
love
guy in
Grounded
Office
for Life.
Space,
Yes, Office Space.
I am good at dealing with people,
Yeah.
Yeah, the jump to conclusions, Matt. all
Yes,
that,
yeah.
And remember, Santa's the one that we find out is that got them the magic joint, which lit the tree. So like Santa was like, I'm okay with taking out a tree if it gets my friends Harold and Kumar back together.
It's kind of like a Bill and Ted. Like, we need these two together because if they're apart, the universe is just gonna crumble. Like there are reasons that these two need to be together.
Harold and Kumar at some point are going to roll a joint that saves the world.
Right.
That's the next one. That's the next movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is owned by it says New Line, which is a Warner Time company, Time Warner. So that means that either Netflix or Paramount, whoever wins this bid in a couple of years, they're going to do a streaming service where now New Jersey it's legal to smoke weed. So now you can do a bit where these guys are middle-aged, weed's legal, and then they have to figure out some kind of midlife crisis.
There you go. There you go.
I do feel like, to a certain extent, this is a middle ground. And I'm thinking of series like The Fast and the Furious. That kind of started serious. And I know there's some of the, some of these guests are much more expert on that series than I am. But like by like the sixth, seventh, eighth film,
go to
they're going to
space?
outer
Fifth.
space.
Yep.
They're
Are
Fifth
you
is
saying
where it
going
goes
to
off the
space
rails.
isn't serious business?
they're racing submarines.
Not in a
They've got a
Dodge Charger.
baby. They just go off the deep end. This is kind of middle ground. It's not as it's kind of not as grounded in reality as the first two. It's starting to get a little silly, but it's not over the top ridiculous yet.
I think it would be more successful if they made it more silly.
Over the top, yeah.
I did not.
Or
I
at
was,
least more interesting. It's more middle ground because it's mid.
because it's mid.
It's a plot that was thought of in like 15 minutes, and then hey, let's just start shooting.
I'm not interested in seeing Harold does capitalism. Like, no, thank you.
I thought it was just so boring and predictable that like Harold, the more uptight one, has just become more corporate. And Kumar, the like slovenly one, has become now just disgustingly slovenly.
Yeah.
Like if they maybe flipped that dynamic and
That would
said,
be fun.
they drifted apart, and now like Harold is kind of like a fuck up in a slob,
and
Kumar is like an uptight
on his
doctor.
way to be like the department chief or whatever.
That makes so much sense as well, because like I when I used to live in Pakistan, right, I had my best friend. He looks and acts exactly like Kumar, right? Hello, Mustafa. I'm sure you're not listening, but
Mustafa.
but now he's ended up becoming like super like successful and things like this. So it's like you could do that in this. Maybe that's the next one. Maybe now they've sort of flipped positions.
Maybe like Kumar has a dispensary that he runs, and he's a small business owner and doing all that, and Harold
started with medical grade marijuana as treatment for his patients. He like pioneered that, and now it's legal in New Jersey. So he's like, oh well, doctor's hours suck.
Double
I'm
down.
tired of watching people. Tired of watching my patients die, so I'm just gonna have a dispensary.
Make it like
now
Dumb
he's
and Dumber.
more successful.
That's a road trip movie.
Yeah. I think
now and their
feels
kids
good.
are getting ready to go to college. So they have to, they're in like now their kids are taking up the.
It's your kids, Harold and Kumar. Something's got to be done to save your kids.
Are we assholes?
Normally, I hate when they bring kids into stuff, but it worked in Bill and Ted. Which wasn't amazing. It wasn't the best movie ever, but I liked the kids. They were great.
By the time this,
but now their kids would be adults.
Honestly, by the time they would get bought out by Netflix or whatever, and you sign the ink, they would be just about 18.
Yeah, you have the the next generation of the.
I wonder if there was a thought process when they were making this of like, well, if we got Amir and Thomas Lemon together, maybe spin-off if these guys pop, and then it was like no.
I'm not trying to turn this into some Criterion type situation, but we're talking about their dynamic and how they've progressed in life. We're talking about their sidekicks and stuff like that. So it looks to me like this is more of a talk about like the people in our lives that really change us are the ones that balance us. And so Harold without Kumar goes way hard in the uptight, suburban, like, oh, I can't do anything bad because I can't have anything fun because that means I'm immature. And Kumar goes the exact opposite direction with just like getting high on the couch and whatever. And he's like a complete fuck up, and he's not going to medical school and all that sort of stuff. So we have their like, this is what happens when they're apart. Sorry, microphone. Then you have their sidekick buddies and their reflections of them. So Thomas Lemon's super uptight. Amir's way too over the top as far as the other direction, and they just make each other worse. So they're just saying like you can't be who you are truly without being with the person that really sort of like balances you and turns you into a complete person.
Which is the exact opposite message of Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
I like
the whole point of that is you actually don't need someone to complete you. You are complete as yourself.
Which is also an absolutely valid viewpoint. If you're choosing, I want to be my own person, that's fine.
I like that the both Harold and Kumar, like we meet both of the, like we Harold's wife and we meet Kumar's, baby mama. And neither of them are played as the bitch. You know what I mean? Like
nobody's
they're
a
not.
shrew.
Yeah. They're both treated like they're not harping on either of these guys to get their lives on track or anything. Like
honestly, Harold's wife is like, "Hey, you seem like you kind of miss Kumar. Like
Hang
you're
out
not
with the guy.
right.
Yeah.
you're not loving life as much as you did when you were hanging out with Kumar."
I
I'm
made
not
a
telling you
note
to
of
not hang
that.
out with him. I don't know why you're not hanging out with him because I'm fine with it.
And then the other lady was like, well, maybe you don't have to give up weed,
You know, just when you have a drug test, use my pee.
Yeah.
Which is so romantic.
Which as a med student, he would know he cannot do because the hormones are different.
It's the thought that counts.
That's right.
It's the thought that counts. Yeah, I did like that. I really like that because that's kind of I don't know if it's a trope, but it's like the cliche of the love interest that breaks up, the Yoko Ono that breaks up the Beatles, which we all know is BS.
Wife.
Like they were going to break up. It's not the girlfriend. It's not, it's not the wife.
Okay,
it's
we got
Spinal
no
Tap.
apologist
It wasn't
over here.
Janine.
We get it.
It's so that where, so she's the one that brings up and says, hey, why, Kumar used to be your friend, used to hang out all the time. Why don't you invite him to this party? And it's Harold that's like thinks as part of his maturation process, he's thinking he's got to leave.
Yeah.
His
he's
childhood
trying
friend
too
behind.
hard, basically.
Yeah.
Isn't he? I've known people who've done that. They've basically how would I word it nicely? They've like jettisoned their friends and their life because I need to grow up and change, and then they always end up coming back.
Yeah, you have a vision of what you are supposed to be and what you expect that you're supposed to look like and whatever that means, the job you're supposed to have, the way you're supposed to dress. And it's really easy to let yourself get caught up in that. And it is like, it can happen to the best of us.
Yeah, at least he's doing it with good intentions. He's not trying to be nasty.
Yeah. I like the recurring joke or the rolling joke of like, oh, I can't make it to your party, or just everyone being invited to the party. But...
Everyone except Kumar being invited to this party.
Even inviting his ex.
Yeah.
Well, I assumed that the women were friends and that was why Harold.
Yeah, Vanessa and Maria. And I like that. So they don't neither one gets a lot of screen time. And that's true of, it's the same characters and the same actors that are portraying them, the Maria and Vanessa throughout the 3 films. And they never get a lot of screen time or a lot of character development. But I like that they're not cliche. They're not, they're not the ones that are trying to break up, the friends.
Yeah. Maria's clearly got her own problems too, by the fact that she's trying to coax Harold into having sex in the most uncomfortable manner of doing it on hard wood.
Listen, man, when them eggs drop, you gotta move. You can't be like, oh, I'm sorry, let me get you a back pillow.
Like the sofa is like 5 feet away. Just go over there.
It's like on the stairs right in front of the front door as her father's about to arrive.
It's uncomfortable enough.
Niall,
at the best
I'm
of
sorry
times.
you've never
Bloody
had
hell.
spontaneous sex. That's unfortunate.
I said there's a sofa 5 feet away. Just divert over there for it'll take you 6 seconds to walk there.
Then you've got to put a towel down.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
That's why you need to keep a towel with you wherever you go.
It's a good lesson.
To bring a towel.
Don't forget to bring your towel. Yeah. So
I wonder on the oh, sorry, go ahead, Sean. There, Sean.
No, please, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I wonder because we all know in modern culture, Obama's end of year lists are quite a thing that people look forward to because Barack Obama's a man with good taste, so people look for his favorite films of the year. Always gets a bit of buzz and stuff. I do wonder if Harold and Kumar's A Very 3D Christmas made his 2011
his 2011 end of year list,
and if it didn't, what was working with Cal Penn like? Then I've been like, oh, I didn't think it was as good as the first one, Cal.
It is good they addressed that in the movie as well.
Yeah.
Because it was like, there's a joke, isn't there, where it's like, oh, I told him you work at the White House. He's like, oh, they're not going to believe that.
Yeah.
It is crazy when you think about it. Like, because considering, this is the only one I've seen, obviously. Considering the nature of this movie, his other career.
Right.
It's like, wow.
It's like a second person. Yeah.
You think they wouldn't be happy with that a little bit? Like, oh, it's bad optics. But maybe they were like, nah, the kids are down with you. Well,
I mean, he didn't work there for the whole term. So this was probably filmed halfway through the first term, and that may have been about the time that Cal had left the White House.
Still end on the note of like, oh, you can still keep smoking weed though. is kind of a bit like, well, maybe we shouldn't have one of our guys.
Yeah, I think he might have left
that.
the White House by the time this came out.
And you're forgetting now, we live in a country where weed is still not really like that accepted.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a shame. Yeah.
So I would like to lament his beard though, because that beard that he had at the beginning of the movie, it was very full and
beard.
luscious,
Good
and you know, I felt something when he shaved it off.
I think he should have kept that beard. He looked more handsome with the beard.
It was weird because they kind of go like, oh, like, you know, his girlfriend comes in and says like, oh, well, you've got a beard now, as if like, oh, you look like a bum or something. It's like, that beard looks great. It looks really
that was
well
a beautiful beard.
I feel like we're just this is
it looks like he's taking care of it.
Popular or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
it's
I think
just
if you're gonna do it, you have to
because-
make him look like really scraggly. But he looked like, I just assumed that was just the way he looked all the time. Because like, oh, he looks good, you know.
Maybe-
Well, particularly for a Christmas film, you know, Santa's got the big beard like that. So yeah.
Maybe the joke is meant to, well, not the joke, but maybe the point is just she's just not used to seeing it. So when you see like an actress or something and something has changed, it's kind of startling because you have not witnessed that yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe she's just like, oh, she's taken aback. It's not that it's bad, you know. And I think that's why he shaves it. Oh, I want to look like the guy that she liked.
Yeah.
Even though the beard is sexy.
I did kind of wonder the first time I saw it, I thought when they shot Santa Claus, I wonder if it was going to turn into like a Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus?
The Santa Claus, where like they now have to take over and the beard comes back.
I would have loved that.
That might have
Oh,
been
speaking of the Santa Claus, we do get a brief role with David Krumholtz, Bernard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One of the best scenes in the movie of he's like, you know, the extremely Jewish guy who's a converted Christian. And they're just like, what the hell are you talking about, man?
And I get the vibe he converted recently.
Yeah, I love David Krumholtz and everything anyway. So I was ecstatic to see him. It's like he's always a welcome presence, and particularly in a Christmas film because like he gets you through the first Santa Claus movie, the first two Santa Claus movies really. So yeah, it was probably like the amount of little notes of like, you know, I had the jump scare of Patton Oswalt at the start.
Oh yeah, you don't like him, do you?
No, I don't. I do not care for Patton Oswalt. No.
What if he's selling you weed?
What if he's selling you Christmas themed weed?
Or Kwanzaa?
I was worried in that opening scene though, because one of the first major jokes is Kumar going up to him and then saying to a kid like, "Oh, don't worry, you can rub your." Was it you?
You can rub your ass on Santa's dick in a minute.
Yeah, I just had a bit of a, oh, is this the tone for the whole thing? And then thankfully most of the jokes weren't that crude, but it was just very like, oh man, I hope this isn't what that everything's gonna be like that level. You know?
I was exactly the same. Yeah, I hate movies like that. I hate American Pie with all of my heart and soul. You know, I think it's the worst thing that's. So I was the same. I thought, oh no, what have you done to me, Sean? And then surprisingly, I'm one of the people who liked it. So there you go.
What was your rationale for choosing this though, Sean? Because like, are you a big Harold and Kumar guy? Because like usually with the Next Scene podcast, the Christmas specials is always like a fairly acclaimed, like oh, of course we're doing Scrooge, or of course we're doing that. So then when you invited us on for this, I was just like really like, oh, okay. It's like that came a bit out of left field, but sure, why not? You know, is this a do you regularly watch this around the holidays, or what's your personal vibe with it?
No, so I had seen this. I think I actually saw this in the theater. So I was kind of I'm a fan of the first two films. I had seen this when it first came out, and maybe not since. It's probably been at least a decade since I'd watched this. I think George, were you the one that brought it up? It came up in a group chat like a week or two ago because I was really close to not doing a holiday special this year. I talked about doing. Yeah, I talked about doing something for New Year's, maybe 200 cigarettes, and
oh God, look, I love that movie. Why do you do that instead?
Because this is more interesting.
I kind of
you see 200 cigarettes is a way better film than this.
I can go into it a little bit. I wasn't sure how to like. I wasn't like I didn't know. Do I do it as like one big thing like this where we just talk for like an hour and a half? Do I break it up into like 6 or 8 chunks? I looked at like, do I break it up? Because it's for folks, if you haven't seen 200 Cigarettes, it's one of those ensemble films where there's like, 20 different actors and a dozen different plot lines that all intersect, and then they all end up at the same party at the end of the movie, but it's all different plot lines. And I thought about like, well, what if I go through and I cut it by like the characters and kind of do it that way. So each episode will be like one of those plot lines. And then
and
next year, Sean, I'm holding you to it, man.
Are you just like spitballing this now to see how he reacts? So you can
you got 2 weeks to throw this together.
I went through the timing, and it starts off easy. It starts off where it's like 3, 4, 5 minutes on each group of characters before jumping to the next group. But then there's a section in the middle where it's like 30 seconds with these guys, and then 45 seconds in this party, and then a minute here. Like it's a lot of cuts.
Yeah.
So
like,
don't
that
do
just
the
turned
cuts.
out to be a lot of work.
Just assign your guests groups of characters to focus on.
Yeah.
Make up like you don't do all the
Delegate.
work. Yeah,
I feel like I
just
need
tell
where
them,
you just sort of like
just tell
split
them
up
who
the
to pay
rules
attention
versus having
to.
one person do them the whole time.
I don't know. I feel like if I'm asking the guest to just watch a certain portion, that I gotta kind of edit or cut it or whatever. Anyway, so I
just told you. Listen.
Yeah.
I said it. I'm a holiday guest. You can just tell me to watch the whole movie, but only take notes on.
Only watch this part. Yeah. Close your eyes for the other bits. But
only be critical about this group of people.
And I know we've been doing the holiday specials since 2017, I think, was the first with the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation Days. And
I didn't want to break the streak, we had to pretend we liked it.
Yeah. I didn't want to break the streak, but I didn't know what to do. And then, I think it was George. Someone mentioned, we were talking about Christmas movies, and maybe I was saying, like, I don't know if I'm going to do one this year. And then someone brought this up, and I'm like, okay. Now, at that point, I hadn't watched the movie in a decade, so I didn't quite know what I was getting into. But I'm like, yes, it's a Christmas movie. It's fun. It's something that we can just kind of just not too much work. We can just do one episode. I'm not going to break it down into a bunch of chapters or chunks or anything. So, so let's do it, and that way we can kind of keep the keep the holiday special streak going.
Well, it sounds like you know what you're doing for next year for New Year's.
Yeah.
So
tell me you've lost enthusiasm for 200 cigarettes, Sean. You get enthusiastic. I want to be on that.
I don't think I suggested Harold and Kumar, but I was one of the first people that said, like, if you do this, I'll be on the episode.
That's a suggestion.
Yeah.
I think it was a good choice, because
that was my endorsement of sure, why not?
Because this is like popular, but not like massively. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of in a middle ground. It's not
it's not the same old stuff. If you do, It's a Wonderful Life or Christmas Story, it's
overdone.
It's overdone. So many people have seen it and people have talked about it. This is a different
Clueless
thing.
Christmas special or holiday extravaganza or whatever it was called.
That was a masterpiece. What are you talking?
The non-denominational holiday special.
The non-denominational, winter holidays.
Which you can listen to over a Bat Minute.
Yeah. I do think it holds up. I do think it depends a lot on. Well, I guess I'm going to say, like, it's in one sense it depends on the first two. This is one of those sequels where I don't think you can jump in, and maybe you'll enjoy it the way John did, but you're not going to enjoy it as much as you could as if you had seen the first two films. But I feel strange saying that because there's so much buildup. Like, it seems like by the third movie in a series, like, you should be able to jump in and get right into the action, assume most of your audience has seen the first two, so you don't need a lot of introduction. But in this case, so it's something like 22 minutes. It's almost a quarter of the movie. The movie's only 90 minutes. Which, as all comedies should be. It's nice and short. Yes, I'm talking to you, Judd Apatow. But it's almost a quarter of the film before we get to, okay, the tree's burned down and now they have to go get a new tree. Like, the whole inciting incident for the story doesn't happen till we're a quarter of the way through. And then, Dave, you were saying, like, the animation, like that's when it really cooks in. That's when the fun starts, when they go through, everyone's on drugs and we have that little animation sequence. That's 46 minutes in. That's like literally the halfway point of the movie. And that's like, okay, here we are. Now we're finally getting good and we're almost over already.
I think there's some. What was his name? When they're actually sitting down at White Castle with what's his name from Numbers and the Santa Claus and The other
With,
guy,
David Krumholtz.
Well,
Yeah.
Eddie K.
Krumholtz.
I was going to say Danny Thomas, but no, Eddie K. Thomas and
Eddie K.
David Krumholtz.
Yeah, I kind of wish in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, I wish like these two were like in the film
That this
earlier.
was, yeah.
And I'd be enjoying it more because I'm like, these four sitting in this booth having White Castle is way more fun than the conversation. Not against Thomas Lennon, it's just his character just was bland to me, and like, you know,
I want to follow these two to
Yeah.
whatever they're doing next.
these
That's the
guys.
spin-off.
Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't get them earlier and to kind of set them up that they're in town or whatever their deal is, what they're up to.
And they're those two characters, the Rosenberg and Goldstein, they're in the first one. I don't remember if they have a big part in the second one, but that's where I get the feeling when I say like, oh, I feel like this was shoestring budget, very quick. They probably had those guys for a day. The Eddie K. Thomas and David Krumholtz probably, like literally came in and did one day filming the 2 scenes that they're in, and then they were out. Like, more of them would be good.
I like I just bringing them up reminded me that they used their son or the kid in that whole like, okay, this is how we're gonna go into this place. We're gonna
Church heist,
the heist.
Use the kid as a distraction for the priest. That was really funny.
The pillow fight in the altar boys room, is that what
That was so dark. I loved it. In fact, I would argue maybe that's the funniest segment of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the nonsense of preparing the scheme was just like that was gold.
And the over the top like gratuitousness of the nuns in the shower, just as a
Did I walk away during this part of
You
the
might have.
Yeah, you did.
Did you not see the naked nuns?
There was a lot of naked nuns.
Yeah, it felt so good to just be like, classical. When boobs are just in raunchy comedies.
Yeah,
All right.
I must have been
Let's
in the bathroom.
roll that footage.
Roll that beautiful boob footage.
Or you know what it could have been? I assumed everyone else watched this. I watched the extended, unrated version.
I watched whatever was on Sean's Plex.
I saw boobs, so it must have been that one.
Yeah. So maybe you watched the actual was that in the theatrical release?
But I saw angel boobs.
Angel boobs.
Maybe there were too many boobs, so they cut.
Yeah.
some
So what
boobs.
I have?
The angel boobs. Yeah.
What I have is labeled an extended release. I actually couldn't find anything. Usually IMDb has a section on like alternate cuts or alternate releases. I didn't see anything, so I don't know what the difference is between the quote unquote extended release and the theatrical release.
Oh, if that bit.
Yeah. I do like I like the stoner comedy. I like that like kind of the people who take their comedy seriously. And I want to do a shout out to the creative team behind the whole Howard and Kumar series of John Wuritz and Hayden Schlossberg.
The Howard Johnson series? No.
What did I say? Harold and Kumar.
It sounded like
said
Howard, but
What?
maybe it could have just been a weird mid-Atlantic accent.
I'm no good with names. Yeah, it's
I
my
just
accent.
needed to call it out so people didn't yell at you and swerve their cars and
Oh no, please
have a
yell at
horrific
me.
accident
Swerve
at
your
Christmas
cars.
time.
Yeah, no, we don't want any.
Howard the Duck and Kumar. That's a movie.
Yeah. But I just want to mention, so John and Hayden there, the same writing team for the Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, The Escape from Guantanamo Bay, and here the Christmas movie. They're also the team behind Cobra Kai.
Wait, what?
Creators and writers for Cobra Kai. So, they do some serious stuff.
So that
It's not all boobs and joint jokes.
they snuck in that
actually blown my mind.
Karate
What the
Kid
hell?
joke of like, the only Karate Kid with
My man Jaden Smith.
my man Jaden Smith.
My man, Jaden. That's a red
actually
flag.
tickled me. That
But I
tickled me
think I
so much.
also-
'Cause
I don't-
if you were one of these guys, you'd be so annoyed.
I don't ever believe that anyone has ever thought that. I
No,
don't think even the
no.
kids who saw the Jaden Smith version were like, "Oh yeah, that was an amazing movie." I think no one's saying that that's the superior Karate Kid.
No, but
movie.
that a shitty teenager would say that.
Yeah.
Just to
That's the
just to
joke.
annoy the old guys.
Yeah.
That's also how you know the person you're playing beer pong with is too young to be playing beer pong.
When he says "my man," Jaden
Yeah.
Smith, like this.
Oh god, that I wanted to punch that kid.
Yeah.
I hated it, but that was why it was perfect. Great
Yeah.
casting.
Yeah,
he was-
he's
he
the
was a
son of
very
a
good-
powerful dad.
Shitty teen.
Is a fail son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the part. He knew the assignment.
Yeah.
I've only played beer pong once, and I think it was with you were there, Niall.
Oh yeah.
It was a party and I did quite well.
Yeah,
but I think
it's a fun game. Yeah,
one of our friends beat us. I think who was it, like Sarah or someone?
Yeah,
one of our friends beat me, and I was livid.
Swore never again to go near.
How we survived beer pong, I don't know, because we used to play that
ridiculous.
game.
Oh, man.
It's stupid. No one should play it. No.
You'd be in a dirty garage.
Yeah.
The ball would
most
roll underneath the
disgusting game.
shelf. It's like, here, let me wipe off the spider webs, and then we just start playing again.
There would just be a cup of water, and we'd be like, okay, I dunked the ball
just
in there,
dip it off. Yeah,
and it's clean now.
yeah.
Well, the alcohol kills the germs, right?
Right.
But
The
beer is
5.5%
yeah.
alcohol
I don't
in
think
the
the
Coors
like
Light.
the light piss beer that you use to play that game with is
Yeah.
doing a
Doesn't
lot.
kill the huntavirus and the rat droppings that the ball rode through.
Yeah,
If it was like a
somehow-
cup of vodka, maybe.
That's what we should have done, but who could afford that then?
Well,
Wow,
the thing to do would just be play with water in the cups and then just drink out
See,
of.
that's how
That's how we play now.
that's how
Yeah.
it evolved to it, because there was a whole generation of people going like, we're drinking garbage beer from the garage floor. That's
And we're-
not sediment. That's actual rocks.
The last
so
time
like-
I played, that is how I played. You had a drink that you drank out of, and you just had water in the
that's
cups.
better, because then you could drink whatever you want while you play versus you're stuck drinking flat, warm beer.
You're not hardcore enough. It's got to be proper.
I'm a fancy lad. I do not want that.
I wanted to say this for beer pong in recent news, because of Timothy Chalamet's new movie.
Oh yeah.
Dune 2?
No, goodness gracious, no, the ping pong movie. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Marty Supreme.
Marty
Yeah.
Supreme.
That's it.
He was on Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show, and Jimmy Fallon had him they played beer pong, and apparently they had beer in it, because Timmy's like, whoa, they got beer in these cups. And
Yeah, but
It's
it'll be
acting,
Bud
Dave.
Light.
and it's acting, sure, but I will say, but here's the best part, because it came across Twitter, so I was like, I'm gonna watch this clip. Jimmy Fallon absolutely smoked Timothy Chalamet, and you could just see the alcoholic 20-year-old Jimmy Fallon wake up like a sleeper cell. So yeah, and I know I like think about the 20-year-old Jimmy Fallon from Boston, alcoholic problem.
Clear the mechanism.
Yeah, he just woke up, and like I think they maybe each shot maybe 10 shots, and I think Jimmy had 5 or 6, and his last 3 shots he missed, but he was hitting so close to the rim, and what he would do is so Timmy, he's like, Marty Supreme in theaters this Christmas, I'll see you there. He would do it. He did it like 3 times, missed those first 2 shots, and then Timothy would be way off, not even close to hitting. And on the third one, Jimmy Fallon got it, sunk it straight in, no bounce. And like Jimmy ripped his suit jacket off and threw it at the curtain, and he just kept screaming, "Let's go!" And I was like, Jimmy has never been more awoken and until this moment.
One of these guys went to an American university.
Yeah.
And the other did
Holy!
not.
I was like, holy shit! I was like, I've never seen him this entertaining in years. It's a shame it has to be beer pong that gets Jimmy Fallon to be entertaining. He was
Tell you what,
commanding it.
That's something that we stole from you that I appreciate, was the stealing beer pong. That's a good thing to steal.
That's also what got Harold back in the game. Like the beer pong is what it's what reignited Harold's
His heraldness.
youthful vigor.
Heralded his heraldness.
Man, maybe I need to play more beer pong.
Yeah. Let's bring it back.
Right now on air.
Do it.
That's the one thing that Zoom lacks is the beer pong.
The ability to play beer pong with your friends.
Yeah.
I would
I don't
be
have
happy
any
with
beer
at least...
in though. I've got wine, and to be fitting, I also got a CBD drink.
There you go.
Oh, I've
Well,
got
John, we're
pineapple
adults
juice.
now. Of course, we'll drink wine.
Pineapple
Of course,
juice
I'm
and
such
ginger
an
beer.
adult. Yes, look at
What,
me.
what they need to do is Zoom, with all these goddamn Zoom updates, they need to add at least like a flash game of beer pong. Like something it doesn't slow your computer down. You can easily play on a laptop. Like, I mean, I know HTML got rid of all the flash games we played when we were like playing this thing 10 years ago. But yeah, they need that for Zoom, where you can just like you pull it back, and it has the little lines of where it's gonna go.
Where's
like,
Jackbox on this?
Yes!
Jackbox should
Yes!
be all over
Yes!
this.
Yeah, Jackbox instead of party games, like, no, we just want to play virtual beer pong.
Yeah.
Just make that.
That'd be amazing. Absolutely, I'm in.
Yeah, you just hold
make
your
a
phone
Harold
down.
and Kumar game and put beer pong in it. There
You got your phone and you're just like, and it's like it's a screen sharing to the Jackbox, and you're just like lining up that beer pong shot. Oh, that's free. This is free ideas.
Jackbox, if you're listeing, make a licensed Harold and Kumar mini game compilation.
Boom. Schmitty, is that you?
So I think we're kind of getting towards the end here of covering this fine motion picture. Kind of the last question, or at least I feel like we're getting toward the end. Maybe you disagree, but anyway, I think the last main question I want to talk about is one of the things we talk about is kind of what makes a Christmas movie. Is this a Christmas movie, or is this a movie that just happens to occur during Christmas time? So yeah, what do you think? This is I think this is a Christmas movie. This isn't just something that happens around sort of December or Christmas
time. The Virgin Mary is there.
Yeah. They literally shoot Santa in the head. You can't do that, It's
Santa himself, who's the guy like invoking the plot line. He's the one who magicked the joint to burn the tree.
Yeah.
So the fact that it revolves around a tree is another.
Well, Twin is way more Die Hard than it is Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes.
It's intentional, so it is versus.
It's built as a Christmas movie from the ground up. Yeah.
And I, again, as someone, I'm not a stoner, and I don't like my sex jokes that much. I might add it to my Christmas rotation.
Right.
There you go.
I didn't think it was the best movie ever, but was it good? Yeah, I had fun. I laughed. I would watch it again.
John,
I would too.
Yeah.
John, this is what
I would watch
about.
the first one now to see if that is like.
Yeah, I'll watch that
I got the vibe from what Jarf was saying earlier that the first one is like where you want to be at.
Yeah,
so I'll give that a swing, but like I
will assure you that watching the first one will help you even better enjoy the third one by like no hesitation.
Yeah.
That's good.
So you're getting the deep lore, you're getting the big lore dump, and then you can come back and enjoy the IP.
I've seen Christmas movies 100 times worse than this.
Oh yeah,
Sean.
We were talking about one. I saw one just the other week with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, I couldn't even finish that. Nobody was making me. Nobody made me podcast about it, so it just went off.
You were sort of positive about that.
The only good thing about that movie is her plaid skirt, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, Liz, we did record a podcast about it. So if you want you can do additional notes that we can edit in.
No, I think this was, it's been a rough year for me. And I think that it was a kindness to not make me finish that movie.
It was okay. Again, that movie, another one, right? It wasn't bad.
The cast is amazing. But
the cast is amazing.
It is. Yeah.
Which movie
again,
is this?
like
I guess maybe I do have notes about it.
I can't think of a Michelle Pfeiffer Christmas movie. What movie?
brand new.
Amazon Prime.
It literally just came out. Yeah.
That's why.
I will say I did really enjoy Oh What Fun. I think I liked it more than most people. But when we're talking about a movie you can rewatch, something that you may watch every year at Christmas or maybe put in the rotation every third or fifth year or something, I would rewatch this Harold and Kumar before I would rewatch Oh What Fun.
A lot of things.
Absolutely, without a shadow. Even though you get a prosthetic penis being frozen to a pole scene.
Oh, that was funny. I thought that looked pretty good too. Like,
oh, that was prosthetic.
You liked it? Well, who knows?
It looked good.
Yeah.
Sean,
who didn't enjoy seeing that dick?
Sean, I want to ask you because you asked about like what makes a Christmas movie. I've been trying to work this in for a while. I don't know what the rule is of Christmas movies where there has to be a product either in universe or in universe / real life that they want you to buy this holiday season.
Yes.
And let's look at the price. For $40, you get Waffle Bot. That is a steal.
Waffle Bot.
The economy
was
the economy was different then.
Yeah.
Like
just $39.99. I was like, that's so good for a Waffle Bot.
I love
people could afford to throw eggs then. It was a different time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hang on. My understanding of your country right now is eggs are very expensive. Is this right?
Calm down a bit.
Okay.
But there is.
How have we gone an hour and 21 minutes into a recording and not talked about WaffleBot?
I know.
I was like,
WaffleBot is. I mean, I'd much rather have WaffleBot versus that stupid Talk Boy or whatever they had in Home Alone 2.
WaffleBot's the real hero of the movie.
I feel like
Absolutely.
we didn't did we get any closure with Wafflebot? Like, I feel like at the end there should have been like, we should know that Wafflebot is home with.
He's at the
Kumar.
party, right?
Is he? Okay.
Is he?
I think he goes to the
Yeah,
party.
yeah, I
Oh
think
my
he's-
God, Dave! Of course you do.
Jews were Homer.
Oh my God!
It don't work. I
goes-
tried to get this thing repaired. It don't work. I'm not spending. I put
This
it like
is
You want like a-
Kumar, the father. The
No, I was worried with Wafflebot. I thought what they were going to do was like a short circuit 2. I thought
he should be
Wafflebot
like,
was going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
And
He should be
There you
helping
go.
raise
That's
his
the
kid.
sequel to
Noble
the sequel. That's the
sacrifice.
fourth film with his Waffle.
I
they
assumed
should have
Wafflebot was
sad
going to
though, but-
turn like pure evil and go on like
Listen,
a kill
post-cre-
crazy rampage to destroy pancakes. Like,
Here's
I
the
assumed that's where it
post-credit
was going.
scene. They cut back to Wafflebot's, whatever. He's not at the end of the thing. Just go back to him getting like half destroyed in the street. You just kind of like fade in on him, and then all of a sudden you see his eyes like light up again, and then they go red.
Yeah.
And they go,
No. You
must destroy Harold and Kumar. And then the whole next movie is like the
Oh,
Terminator.
they're
There you
fighting.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
you
Well,
imagine
that
his
would
little,
basically
little...
be the new Megan. You know?
Yeah.
I do want to,
Megan?
because you way back at the start, Sean, brought up like this is like 98th in the highest grossing films of
It's gone up.
Of 2011.
2011.
Yeah, it's gone
I
up.
had a quick look to see what was the top 10. 2011 was a bad year for films, I think.
Ooh.
Green Lantern.
It was
they- no,
the top 5 are
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Sure.
Yeah, but I loved that at the
Transformers.
time before I knew about JK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Okay.
Mm.
Twilight.
Oh, no, but
one of
I
the-
ironically am obsessed with Twilight.
Oh yeah.
Breaking Dawn Part 1
Oh.
and Hangover
of
Part
finales.
2
Man.
and Pirates of the Caribbean: Stranger Tides were like the top 5 of
Yikes.
2011.
Nothing new.
Yeah.
Was any of
Wait,
that new IP?
Is it 2011
No,
when Captain America came out?
Yeah.
Captain
Yeah.
America: First Avenger was 10, and what the list I'm looking at was just that year. I imagine Captain America maybe played into 2012, but yeah, Captain America was actually 10, right below Rise of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Good
Well, and then Thor was number 8, Cars 2 number 7, and then Fast 5 was number 6. So yeah, that whole top 10 is either sequels. Well, I guess Thor, Captain America. It's the first
Or
of those
shared
characters,
universes.
but
Shared
it's
universe
universe.
IP.
So
Yeah.
it's- yeah,
But that was a fledgling universe, That
Yeah.
was
yeah.
I
unproven.
feel like it took a little while for that first Captain America to be appreciated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it didn't come out of the gate the biggest movie.
Right.
Yeah.
On your list, at what point does Rubber come in?
Oh man, Rubber, that is a movie.
Yeah,
I only
it's
ever
a great
watched
movie.
that when
I
I'm
love
already
Rubber.
like 15 pints deep.
2011.
Okay,
I mean,
Rubber-
it should have been up there.
It's Rubber is number 414 with $100,000 gross.
I get it that
Nice.
your normies aren't going to be watching it. You know,
I don't even know what
I
you're
haven't even
talking
heard of
about.
that.
you're not seeing
About
Rubber.
a killer tire.
It's a killer
Yeah.
tire
Oh,
who goes
that
on a
one.
revenge
Oh, that's
It's
rampage.
literally
great.
a tire. Yeah.
It's just an actual tire. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
a really
it's
good film. Maybe I'll
genuinely-
cover that next year.
I will also say too that the because you gave a shout out there, Sean, to the to like the creators of the Harold and Kumar franchise.
Yes.
But the director of this movie in particular is a fellow called Todd Strauss Schulzen.
Yes. What else has he done?
He's actually like, well, the thing is, he also did a movie called Isn't It Romantic, which is the one where Rebel Wilson gets like sucked into a rom-com.
Okay.
It's set in the real world, and then she gets sucked into a rom-com, and and that movie's not that great. He did do before that The Final Girls, which is legitimately a great film. Like it's Tisa Farmiga. Again, you can see this guy's shtick already, though. It's Tisa Farmiga and Alia Shawkat and Thomas Middleditch get sucked into a
That's a
slasher.
trio that I adore right there. So.
But they all get like via last action hero magic ticket kind of bullshit. They get sucked into a slasher film, like a Friday the 13th kind of scenario, and it's all about like Tisa Farmiga meets her mother was an actress who was in one of these movies, so she meets her mother when she's young and stuff, and it's a really great film. So I'm like, why does this guy how does he do two stumbles and then this absolute masterpiece in the middle, and then and he's just not really worked since. It's an odd career this guy's got, but I kind of want to keep an eye on him now to see he has potential. Like, Isn't It Romantic's watchable? Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas is watchable. Final Girls is great. What's this guy been doing? Like, where's he gone? You know,
I would actually argue this is actually shot very well. Like all the 3D, okay, it's over the top. That's the joke.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think it's made very competently.
Wasn't it the Kevin Smith thing of like how you compliment someone when you have nothing good to say about their film is just like, well, at least everything was in focus,
It's shot really well. I want to circle back because there was a question about WaffleBot, and I had to double check myself.
I would like to see Johnny Five versus WaffleBot. To see like who would come out. And would that be like a going to date the podcast here? Would that be a Jake Paul versus Joshua scenario? Johnny Five just demolishing WaffleBot.
Oh no, my money's on WaffleBot. I think Johnny Five is the Aaron Paul in this situation.
Why is the maple syrup so hot that he shoots?
It's like the cornballer. It just makes no goddamn sense.
That's so fucking hot.
I think there's a lesson here. Like I see those like the Boston Dynamics videos where they've got like bipedal or quadrupedal robots, and they're like kicking them to show how they can, their balance and they stay upright. I'm like, when the machines take over, I want to be the Kumar that was nice to the robots.
Yeah.
Listen, I think ChatGPT. I'm trying to come in on the side of the angels on this one for sure.
I always say please and thank you to Alexa.
Oh, yes.
I'm the other way. It's been forced on me on my phone.
Nice knowing you.
You Google, you've put it on my phone against my will. I argue with it every goddamn day. I was arguing with it just before this because it lies, and I call it out, and I'm like, "You're a liar," and it goes, "Oh no, I can't lie." I'm like, "But you've lied. Read your own goddamn history. You've lied to me."
I will say I love the advert for WaffleBot as well. Of like, are you tired of this happening? Like a little girl pouring the syrup and somehow melting her hand, basically. I think even Kumar's reaction to it was like, "Oh, I get it." Like, he's so mystified. I'm like, "Wow, yeah, I'm sold on WaffleBot by that. Yeah, 100%."
I want one in my life.
Yeah, I mean, who knows how many waffle-related accidents there are every year?
I don't want to come around to your house to see you arguing with WaffleBot. Okay, I don't think I could take you having a domestic dispute.
WaffleBot, you lie.
It's gonna happen, Niall. It's gonna happen.
I mean, I agree. I don't know about you folks in terms of like pancakes versus waffles. I'm like
waffles.
Waffle.
Sure.
Yeah, they've got syrup traps.
Pancakes for me.
No, I think I would go waffle. Like I think they're too sweet, but I would have one over a pancake though. Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, John. I think your internet's breaking up there. We lost your connection.
WaffleBot is in the room.
I'm a pancake person. I am, and I'm ignoring the English pancakes because our pancakes are like crepes. I'm talking about American style.
It's got to be fluffy.
Style. The flapjacks.
I like them.
Cakes.
Yeah, I like them. I think they're really
good. I get
good.
in the mood like once a year. I'll be like, okay, I need a pancake. But that's it, and then I'm good. But like on a regular weekend breakfast, waffles.
So I eat more American pancakes than you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's wild.
I'm still bad at making them, which is why I've leaned toward waffles. And I got a waffle iron that has trowels, like little trenches on either side of the iron. So if I poured it too fast and it overseals, it goes into them. So I have little mozzarella stick looking waffles.
Little waffle sticks,
It's great. It's absolutely the dumbest man alive. This guy.
Dave uses every part of the waffle.
Yes,
that's right.
There'll be no waffle waste.
Well,
syrup.
Here's the thing, like I don't make either of them. But waffle irons aren't a thing, right? Here. So I have to go to a restaurant to get these. And there is in Liverpool city centre, there is a Canadian restaurant and they do pancakes, they do waffles.
They know the way around.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they make their own maple syrup and all this kind of stuff. So I've had both. I've had the waffles, I've had the pancake. I like the pancakes more.
Maybe they're just bad at making waffles at that restaurant.
Maybe.
Yeah,
but I've had waffles from other places, and I love waffle. Don't get me wrong. I think they're great.
They can go wrong though.
If you're making me pick.
That's so funny, John. Yeah, John doesn't like waffles. You just haven't met the right one yet.
Yeah.
I do like waffles. They're great.
See, I only really thought that because we grew up over here, it was potato waffles were the
waffles
big
are made
thing.
of potatoes here. Yeah.
Well, I guess so. It's only in the last like 10-15 years where they've tried to force like the Belgian waffle as a
That's fine because then you have to get a side of hash browns.
Yeah, but like, it's the same basic thing though. But for like most of my life, a waffle was like it's a potato grid. Like,
the other ones you're like, like American waffles or Belgian
you put it in the
waffles
toaster and it comes out and it's just like it's a nice, instead of having chip waffles. But then it's only in recent years where it's like, no, it's
the Irish have been fighting the stereotypes for so long. And then Niall just comes in here drunk off his Guinness talking about making waffles with potatoes.
But you're also talking about someone I'll never forget this, Niall. I went to your flat you were renting once, and you were like, "Do you want a drink?" And you took me in, and you had like a honey Jack Daniels or something. And next to the table, you had a sack of potatoes. And I was like, this is the most stereotypical thing I could imagine.
He just, wanted a snack.
Like, you fight the stereotypes, but you have to have them. You have to have the potatoes on hand for emergencies, though. Because you never know when they might
potato emergencies. Yeah, we
never know when the British will try and starve you.
You joke, but it happens.
Look,
I wouldn't put it past those Brits.
I think I found at least on Amazon UK an electric waffle iron. I've been looking for this, and for about $20. You might be able to pull that off, John, if you need that.
I genuinely would buy it because I do love them. Again, I like pancakes more, but I do love waffles.
I mean, it's essentially the same batter. It's just prepared differently.
Yeah.
You just got texture.
Yeah.
We are weird about having gadgets. Like everyone here drinks instant coffee because they're lazy. We don't have a coffee machine.
Gross.
Yeah. We're just too lazy, but I'm not paying £20 for a machine.
You people, you're allowed to be happy. Do you know that?
Yeah, you should try.
We're not. Our entire thing is being miserable. That's our thing.
They don't have the sun over there, so
it wouldn't be me talking about holidays on the Next Scene podcast without railing against capitalism.
Blasting capitalism.
Good. As a dirty lefty, I agree.
More like crapitalism. Got him.
Owned.
All right. Well, on that,
who just made me home, Sean?
Waiting for that to come up. It's like, finally, I got this.
All right. Well, so I
once again, capitalism brings us all to our knees.
Yes. Once again,
moment of silence.
Fight the man. You don't need to spend money to have a good Christmas or a good holiday.
I wish you had a Patreon plug for this right now.
And if you want to help support our fight against capitalism, you can go over to patreon.com, support Next Scene Pod. No, but I think we've kind of covered everything. I want to thank all my guests for joining us today. Thank you, listeners, for listening. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. I will do a round of plugs if folks want, have projects or anything that they want to talk about, want to let the listeners know. Let's I try to do semi-reverse order. Let's start with Travis. Any final thoughts and anything you want to bring to the attention of our audience?
Sure. Final thoughts. Yeah, check out this movie if you haven't already for some weird reason. I liked it. I should be back in this new year with the closing chapters of Minute of Thieves, where I look at Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, 1 minute at a time. All the wonderful guests here today have been on the show a few times. So you have them to listen to. Get your heart checked.
Get your heart checked. Absolutely. Absolutely. Liz, your closing thoughts and anything you want to direct our audience to?
It was a fine movie. I failed to mention that the Virgin Mary is played by an actress I recognize from the television show Eureka. She played Zoe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, I was like, she looks really familiar. Who is that? Like, oh, that's Zoe from Eureka.
So that's a fun, silly, campy show. If you want to check that out, I will never podcast about it or probably host my own podcast again.
You will drag you back in.
But also, Liz, because you're a big New Girl fan, right? Because then Jesus was played by Jake Johnson as well.
Jake Johnson.
Dirty Chicago Jesus.
Yep. It's like Pizza Rat.
But yeah, it's I maybe when you're listening to this have an online store where you could go check out my art. Maybe I'm bad at taxes and things like that, so maybe I don't. But if you want to see if it's still up, it's ozandbraun.com.
It's going to be next
I'm willing to
year's
pay the
next scene
tariffs.
podcast is like Liz, recording from prison after not doing her taxes properly.
Yeah.
Don't tell the state of Washington if you buy anything.
Okay, we will. Mom's word. I like pretending as if I've got listeners other than the people that are on the show.
Come on,
Listener
you're a
Jeff
legend.
isn't recording right now.
That's true, and presumably Jonathan might tune in, might listen.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You know, I think John Cho's going to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey there, handsome.
Yeah. Continuing on down the line, let's close out. Niall, any some closing thoughts and what plugs? What do you have?
I would plug the movies, The Final Girls, and 200 Cigarettes as both superior films to A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas. It's not the worst film in the world, but it was just very much like, I think, I'm going to assume had I been more invested in the character's lore, had I seen the first film, I would have been more bowled over by this. But it was just more of a it was a perfect. I enjoyed talking about it with you fine folks more than I did watching the film. But on top of that, me and John are both back this upcoming year with Bat Minute 66, where we're breaking down the Batman the movie from 1966. Of course, the Adam West film with Burt Ward, Cesar Romero, Frank Ocean, et cetera, et cetera. We've banked a bunch of episodes. We're going to bank a bunch more, and then we've been saying because we've been on hiatus for forever.
It was like a year and a half.
Yeah, it's the longest hiatus.
Wow. Okay.
But it's
but we've not
we're
been
nearly ready to
lazy.
get
We've been doing other stuff.
But I feel like this time last year, I was just like, in 2025, Batman of 66 is coming. But this time it legitimately is
Who
going.
could prepare for what 2025 would really be?
We got distracted by doing our whole summer Patreon thing, Peace Girl Summer, where we alternated
Peace Girl.
between Peacemaker and Wednesday.
Yeah, Peace Girl Summer was the season this year, basically.
Yeah.
That was our season of the show. So
that counts as a season. I'll kind of keep on that tip and toss it over to John, our other Bat Minute host that we have with us. So your final thoughts, and I know you've got some other shows. You've got some things you do without Niall. Yes. I don't know if Niall knows about that. Maybe I don't know if I'm.
Shush! You've destroyed our relationship.
He doesn't know.
No, I enjoyed this. Was it the greatest movie? No, it wasn't. Do I recommend people watch it? I think yes. I think it was funny enough. It had a bit. I'm going to say something for everyone. Some of the jokes I didn't like, and other people will. And then there's jokes that I do like, and other people might not. So I think this was a good movie. I've seen worse Christmas films. I put it alongside like a kind of a movie that I'm sort of in the middle on, like a Bad Santa. Because it's the same.
Way better than this.
No, I don't think. Bad Santa to me, it's like, well, okay, yeah, it's all right. There's a couple of jokes I like, and then there's a couple I don't like. So to me, this is the kind of same thing. In fact, I'm going to be controversial. I say it's better, but never mind. Watch it. Give it a go.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Worth a shot. There
Plugs. I mean, Bat Minute, obviously, but ignore that. Niall brought it up. So imminently, my other show, Hedwig, Inch by Angry Inch, is going to have 2 episodes out, bonus episodes about deleted scenes to finally, after all these years, finish the show. It's done. It's done. There's nothing more to talk about. And then I'm going to pivot the show into being about different musicals and queer media. So that'll be. I don't know. I might retitle it into like Midnight Radio, which is a Hedwig reference, obviously.
There you go.
And me and I also have another show called Miami Minute, where we talk about the formerly lost masterpiece Miami Connection. A martial arts movie about drug-dealing motorcycle ninjas fighting a college rock band. Who do taekwondo.
Of orphans.
And they're orphans. And it's one of those that's considered so bad it's good. And me and Niall are genuinely fan. Like, our whole approach is, no, it's not so bad it's good. It's actually good.
You're actually good.
Yeah, because there's so many podcasts about so bad they're good movies. No, we actually like the movie, and we think people who think it's bad are idiots. So that's our whole.
That should be your tagline.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and also come and check out the band I'm part of, Pete Bentham and the Dinner Ladies. I'm a drag dancer. A dinner lady's a lunch lady over there. Same thing. There you go.
I've seen Doctor Who.
Yeah. Check that So yeah, George, final thoughts, plugs. Are we waiting on that Dune minute anytime soon?
We're still waiting on it.
We're still waiting. Okay.
I'm waiting.
We're really committed. We're committed. So committed to this bit.
Yeah,
You're working hard, right, behind the scenes.
yeah, because once we do it, then you're not waiting anymore, and the suspense it's over.
And the bit is gone.
The bit's dead.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a fine movie. I laughed. I remembered about 80% of it. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. But yeah, podcast wise, check out the Mogwai Minute from a few years ago. It's still out there somewhere.
And it might be, speaking of third sequels, maybe
maybe.
Even if you don't do a full season, at least do a special.
We've communication has been made. We'll see where it goes from there.
I can imagine Rand Peltzer, you could have an in-universe thing where Rand Peltzer invented WaffleBot.
He would love WaffleBot.
Yeah. Especially because WaffleBot is extremely dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. So all the possible mayhem is right there. It's built in. It's the Rand brand.
It's all connected. Yeah.
So maybe a third part. So we'll see.
We'll see.
And then Gizmo is driving WaffleBot like a mech suit.
Oh, nice.
Get Hollywood on the phone.
Hollywood, call me.
Yeah.
Don't call me. Text me.
And then kind of wrapping up where we started with our old friend Dave Pallas, kind of you get the last licks, last thoughts.
Oh boy. Well,
plugs.
I will say that I think the latter half of this film made it manageable, where I say it's worth watching. And yeah, I haven't obviously Harold Kumar since the first one way back when. So it's kind of funny as a relic to watch one bad cringe like film of a Christmas during the Christmas time. Talking to younger people when I work at the community theater, and like talking to I guess Gen Z kids, and then telling them about like Jingle All the Way. They just can't comprehend like
what
that movie's like. Yeah, they're just like never heard of it or know nothing about it. And like I go to their parents, and their parents are Gen X's, and I'm just like, wait, you've never guys like just like even as a fun thing watched Jingle All the Way? Like I didn't name any of the classic. I was naming dumb shit. Like I wasn't naming like Muppets Christmas. I was naming like the dumb ones. And yeah, no one was like ever heard. I was like, damn. I was like, we've lost something about like watching Christmas cheesy films.
Yeah.
Well,
that's like back in the day when you used to just have to depend on network TV, and the reason those films are classics is because you didn't have anything else to watch, and they would just show you Jingle All the Way, and you were just stuck with it. But now they have all the choice in the universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're not going to gravitate towards something that's like not that's subpar, because they're like, oh, I can watch a good thing.
Sometimes there is such a thing as too much choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you appreciate Home Alone and Muppets Christmas Carol more when you watch the dumb stuff and you get to see like this is what this is just a dumb film that has these funny scenes that are still that in a way are just as memorable as the Home Alone and Muppets Christmas Carol scenes. There's still one or two in these that are just as funny. Like having the Big Show is Santa saying, "I'm about to deck your halls, bub," is just as a memorable line. Yeah. So I will say after that, Sean, that and my Christmas wish is I hope in 2026 I get a Half-Life 3 announcement.
Well, you have to believe in the magic of the season. Our buddy Jarf had to drop off midway through, but I want to plug a couple things. He did Don't Feed the Plants, covering The Great Little Shop of Horrors. He did Dazed and Confused 33 and a Third, covering Dazed and Confused one track at a time. And then Jarf worked with our buddy Tierney Steele doing Joe versus the Minute, where they covered Joe versus the Volcano 1 minute at a time. So thank you, Jarf, for giving us what time you could and hanging out with us. So folks, check that out. If you haven't been listening to a Jarf Harden podcast, what are you doing with your life?
Yes.
But thank you again. Thanks everyone to our guests. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking with this Next Scene pod. I know we haven't been the most consistent with our content, but we know at least once a year we'll be getting that holiday special out. We did it again this year. So
take what we give you and like it.
Yeah.
A belated Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Merry New Year. All the holidays, Kwanzaa. It's all great. It's all good. Go outside, enjoy the weather. If it's winter, if you're in the north, if it's summer in the southern hemisphere, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, enjoy it and enjoy it with a friend. Reach out to, who's the Kumar in your life, the person that you haven't talked to for a couple of years. Reach out. They probably want to hear from you.
Nice.
And that'll be it for us. Thank you very much, and bye. I don't know. How do you?
And bye.
Bye.
And bye. That's the end of the podcast.
Smoke one for us.
There you go.
Introducing Waffle Box. Just pop the top, let that batter drop, and Waffle Box does the rest. Make every breakfast a Bot Fest. Get the Christmas toy of the season while they're hot. I will for you.